Bang bang. All right, so now I would like to talk about I was saying three states of beingness, right? So I want to talk about our physical, actually beingness, emotional, and spiritual. So three main ones, three power planes that exist simultaneously within you. Yeah, you like it or not, this is what it is. So, and how is what is? Yeah, well, so physically, anything that you do to your body is actually that you do to your body. Everything that you intake, everything that goes out, if you cut it, that's what it is. So, in terms of emotionally, so let's say that you're facing some emotional phases that you're, going through life or something is happening. Does that reflect on your physical beingness? It does. All right. So it's recognizable. So it actually affects your beingness. You like it or not, or being aware or not, it is what it is. So this is, all right, so I'll just keep rolling. So spiritual. So probably you heard about spirituality and stuff like that. So there is things, right? There's things within you and without you knowing or not, So basically this is something, let's say you met someone throughout life, you really feel connected to, like, wow, this happened already. Like, the feeling. Well, your spirit is trying to tell you something, all right? So your memory, you don't recall it, but something is. And you cannot deny the feeling. Yeah? Well, there is. On this, I'm not going to convince you of anything. There is chakras. Have you heard of the third eye chakras? What they are, gateways to what? Different frequent states. Maybe you heard paraplaning. What that is? Shorten this. So there is research on this that must be public or available to the public masses. So all right. So the very basic thing is CIA done documentation on this, and it's all publicly. I think it's the Gateway Experience, if I recall good. It's called. Have a look into it. It's all dated and in ways how this works, how it's being tested, and all about it. Believe it or not, it's something that is, and how this was used and implemented for what. And as I said, this kind of information is not for everyone. So stick to what makes you comfortable with yourself and what makes you happy. So the main thing is your beingness, that it's, in ways that you deserve it and that, something that you're comfortable with. And that's that. As I said, emotional states and, yeah. Well, on that, well, what does not heal you only makes you stronger. So, but if you think about it, like, how strong do you feel right now? And why is that? Again, interesting subject, but this is something that you should, if you have questions toward yourself that you don't know the answer to, well, start journaling. Well, I'm not, it's like separate yourself, like take time alone and ask yourself questions. So let's say you want the answer immediately. See, you want it, so that means you lack it, and therefore no answer for you. You have to surrender that it comes. You need to trust, and that's letting go. Yeah? And then you believe in what? Exactly. Something that you cannot hold with hands, No physical thing. And that's where belief systems step in. What do you believe in? Or who do you believe? Or who do you listen to? You see, who's your teacher? Who taught you that? Are you sure? Is that true? Because, like, we always tend to help each other, However, we heard information. This is what I do and helped me, And therefore, my colleague or a friend is facing an issue or going through, tough thing throughout his life, and I want to help him. You know, I heard something from someone, and I just, oh yeah, you know, this and this and this, and it actually does not help him. But I wanted to help, but I never even considered like, wait, what? Like how this works for him, and what like, so that something works for me. Yeah. Do you think it's gonna work for you? Do you believe it's gonna work? Or you say like, ah, no, no way, this is gonna work. What do you think? Like, what I did about it that it works for me? Yeah. So this is the same way. It does not mean that it will help everyone. So this is why I'm encouraging you. So it's always find your teacher. Find something that you believe in, something that resonates, something that gives you the feeling. So we talk about gut. How does that make you feel? All right. And most of the people at the moment, I'm not really sure, can they trust their feelings? Because, you know, it has been abandoned and let down so many times. So that's where disconnection steps in. And this is what I'm saying. So look in the mirror, look deep in your eyes. Yeah? And say to yourself, like, I love you. And listen what comes. Listen, just like thoughts, what is your body trying to tell you? Yeah? And this is how you will be immediately aware of like at what point you're standing. Yeah. And some of these points like are very tough, you know. The first time I did this, oh my god, what was coming out from me? Like, and then I said it again and again, and I was like, holy moly. This is my personal experience on it. I'm not saying that, you know, you will face it exactly the same or we differ, we are all very different. All right. And the stuff that I did to myself and the hardcore stuff, guys, like, yeah. And I have what to talk about, like a lot. This is like very little piece what you're getting, and but as I said, this journey is not about me; it's about you. And there goes my attention. Yeah, like I can. If someone asks me, like, "Hey, what, like, did you this and that?" and yes, you know, they're most likely. But it's my experience. This does not mean that you will do it exactly like that or that it will help you in a ways. It will give you hope that there is something. So anything is possible. Let that be your hope. Like whatever that might be and however that might look, right? There is no limitations to anything as it is. And you probably find hard that to believe in. Yeah? So how is your belief system doing? Exactly. And there is more to this all, but this is not about that. Yeah? So yeah, welcome to the 3 states of beingness. But this is just the beginning of this. If you have interest on this, do your own research. I gave you like a starting point, and from there, like, you know, you will find out something, and then from there, like, feel free. Again, but don't get into things that you do not have any interest in. It's pointless to have the knowledge if you do not do anything with it. Like it's the same like not having it, and you stick to the everything as you used to. So it's not helping you. Then why are you doing it? It's waste of time, waste of beingness, waste of effort. You see, like, because that's all we have. Time. I mean, time, beingness. All right. So, yeah. Don't forget that. And life is about you, so how wonderful. Alrighty. I could go like on this. It's absolutely not necessary. Yeah. Because there is beauty in all this, you know, when you come to realizations, when you it's like in the paint book, you know, or something, when you connect the dots and you get the image. You know, how does that make you feel? Like awesome, like you draw that, right? So this is basically the same way. There is treasures all around you that are waiting for you, that it unfolds for you. Yeah. And I feel that, it's not alright if I start, connecting certain dots, because they are there for you and there is so much joy in them. And, connecting these dots will, help you. They will give you courage. They'll juice you up in ways like you cannot even, I don't know how to even expect or think of. Yeah, it's beyond. Right. So what you can think of is limited by what you know. So, and this is why I'm saying, like, ask yourself, what is that you do not know that you don't know? The blank. Yeah, well, the blank. Yeah, there is probably so much fun in that blank. Yeah, that we are not aware of. But that does not mean that it's not existing. Or let's say that you were looking for it the whole life. So what's the lesson? So you're looking your whole life, but if you didn't find it, you're not looking at the right place. Oh my God, I never even thought of that. The realization. So, and this is why I'm repeating lessons. What is it trying to tell me? If something triggers you, why do I feel about this way? I do not want to. All right, so trace back. When you're alone, like, trace it back. Where did it come? Like, you can do it. I know. This is not rocket science. Most likely, it's a traumatic response. That's something from the childhood that you could not understand. You saw something happening around you. All right, you witnessed something, but you didn't understand what's going on. All right, and that gets stored within you like that. All right. So the child, your inner child, right? Yeah. See, all regardless, playground, right? Universe, you inverse, and then when you grow up, you go in universe city, learning about like more, complex things. Like it's not an basic state of learning. All right, and after that there is more education. But again, it's like no one is asking, like, what do you want? Well, actually, there you have more choices, but not everyone is able to, afford things like that throughout life. And this is where everything is free comes in, because knowledge is free, the food is free. I'm not gonna go like more deeper in it, like much more and everything as it is. And then when you look out, your experience on this life and, what you do about it and how you do and what, like, most likely completely the opposite. As everything has its price, but why is that? Again. All right, so we are far away from where we started, all right? Let's break, all right? 13 minutes. All right. I have a feeling that this will always go longer and longer. So, as I said, very soon YouTube, yeah. Because also like this, as I said, platforms. I'm posting on multiple platforms, and yeah. I have a feeling that this reaches, very little people compared to what it could, But this is again not about that, this is raising awareness, and that's why I'm repeating, like, just be aware that you do not want to know or something that's okay. Be aware that things do exist. Be aware that you always have choices, that you always have, that you can make a decision that's, it's very good for you, however that might look, that it's impossible or not. Well, somehow we got to that point again. And if anyone is asking you, like, do you want to be at this point? No. So have you ever wondered, like, what brought you here? How come that, if everyone wants good and so much positivity, why you are where you at? Well, dots. Yeah, I need to be careful how much I'm saying. Because I do not want to confuse you, right? And I do not want to overload you with crap. So, because then it just bounces off. and it's not, but I feel, well, I know, this is something that is, and that can actually help you. This is where I'm saying that, in order that something works for you, you need to allow it, you need to believe it, and you need to let it. Wow. You see? And then, yeah, throughout life, like how we get disconnected from our true self. So we are born whole, as I told you, as one, and with everything that is and that is. And as you grow up, that's where most likely, some of us will disconnect or separate. So from one goes into, and that's where you lose yourself. That's where you take on patterns that are not yours and belief systems that are implemented from others and stuff. You start, chasing dreams that are not meant for you. Because let's say if we are all doing the certain same work, do you think so many people are? No. There is purpose for us all, and it's your individuality. It's how special you are. You are the missing link to the whole picture. Yeah. And the time is now. So however you it's like, let's say whatever I said, it's already the past. And this is all happening now. Yeah. And it's moving us forward. Alright, so as I said, past, present, future, I'll do another video, but let's keep it for tomorrow, because I checked on the material that I'm having on it, and it's quite a lot. There's pages and pages and pages, but it's pointless. Like if I get into so many details, it might be a little bit overwhelming, and I do not know how is your learning capacity doing, because again, how long can you stay focused on the stuff that without that your brain wanders anywhere else, or that the word goes through you and 5 minutes later. So how was it? It was alright. So what did you talk about? Can you tell me details? Whoa, and recall is farts or a monkey doing the thing inside. Yeah, well, where is the information? Yeah, you just attended something, and this is why I'm saying that sometimes yeah, but it's not something that you want that it goes like that, but it just is. But have you ever wondered how is that? I'm physically there and I'm interested, but it's going through you, yeah. Alrighty, you know what to do. Shine and be you, and relax, enjoy, and let it, whatever. Let everything, it's just, and see what happens. It's not sometimes you're afraid, to do this, but it's actually might be, something, you have nothing to lose, right? It's worth a try, right? See how you feel about it. At first, everything seems scary, and everything is ooh. The more you do it, the better you get. And that gives you confidence in everything. Then you're it's like driving a car, how is the first time with the instructor or something? It's absolutely stressful, you're fussing about everything. He puts you in situations that are balls again, and there you go, your confidence, right? So when you drive alone after, let's say, 6 months, a year, I don't know who needs how long, all right? You get confident, and then after a while, let's say 2-3 years into it, all right? Your instructor sees you're on the phone talking to someone while driving with one hand, and maybe drifting, or or maybe you're racing somewhere, maybe you're the best, or you get it? Wow, it's the same person that was so scared of it, Practice makes the master, whatever that is. And everyone started at some point, yes, so we came on this life without nothing. So you're leaving this life exactly the same way. It doesn't matter, you're rich, you lose it all. You have a lot of kids, you lose it all. You build an empire, you lose it all. You're a king, you lose it all. You're a president, you lose it all. Yeah? It doesn't matter. So that the generations that's on them. It's not on you anymore. But you fight for it your whole life to keep it like that, to be like that. But you never ask what is that they want. All right? And let's say, so I keep keep all this empire, yeah, me, because I'm the dad and I want that. And when I leave, so my kids, they sell all, they were just waiting that I leave, so, that they don't leave, they don't live under my terms that I set. All right? Just because I think it's right. And with this, I'm not allowing them to express themselves as they truly want to be, and that's acceptance. Like, I'm fine with it. I love you unconditionally no matter what, I'm here to support you. But again, this is all learning. 20 minutes. All right. It's over all over for now. But yeah, you get it. Like I could go on and more because it's fascinating. Like from my perspective, yeah, like really useful stuff. And sometimes I wonder, it's like, why I didn't figure this out earlier, and why I didn't start certain things early in my life. Well, this is where maybe you want it, but it's not meant to. See, maybe something better is meant for you. And this is where, like, you cannot compare yourself. Like, that version, what you are or what you were, brought you to this point. The exactly same person, all right? And imagine all the stuff that you did, that you are maybe not so proud of, but again, it's experiences, lessons, all right? Whatever. It's have fun. It's like children on the playground. It's like, I'm not saying you don't need to like be absolutely wild and like do whatever, but it is okay, yeah, as long as you're happy. It's about happiness, acceptance, and together, wow, yeah, exactly, and much more. So, yeah. When you stand alone against, there's not much I can do. Or that you can do, or, as a collective, like let's say all. Yeah, exactly. So, and that's where true power lies. So, yeah. 22. Bye bye.